All right, everybody, thanks for joining. This is just practice right here. Somebody let me know if you can hear me okay, please. Anybody that is listening, please let me know if you can hear me. Anytime. Good bowling. Absolutely. Good run there, man. Awesome. Thanks, Nava. So this is practice. This would be the number 4 seed, Matt Paine, against the number 5 seed, Chad Nelson. 2 shots on each lane here for both of them. We had a little homemade pattern out in front of us today. Kept the scores pretty fair overall, 46 to make the cut to qualifying. That I can't tell you, Jody. Not sure why you can't get a full screen. We are in the full panoramic view. You should be able to wide screen it, full screen it, everything screen it. They are still practicing. I might have started the live feed early, but I wanted to share it a bunch, you know? Chad and Manhart. There it came up, finally. All right, here. Looks like we've gotten to the point we've all been waiting for. Looks like Matt, being the higher seed, has decided to start. You got him all flustered. I'm not sure, Munson. Everybody else said they could hear me, so I'm not sure if you're missing the sound today or... Who's the 3-2-1 seed? 3, Tyler Klinipier. 2, Brent Neumann. 1, Doug Manhart. Can you grab me one of the match play sheets, please? Thank you. Thanks for verifying, Russ. Appreciate that. All right, so Chad with a 10 pin on his first shot. All right, sorry, I was gathering some of the papers from earlier so I would have some scores in front of me. So again, this is number 4 seed Matt Paine against number 5 seed Chad Nelson. Matt with a strike in the first frame, Chad with a 10-pin spare. All square after 1. So Chad got to plus 122 at the end of match play. It was really kind of exciting here at the end. Jason Cragen shot 268 his last game, and he was at plus 22. So with the 30 bonus, got him to plus 120. Payne was at plus 95. He was actually in 6th going into the position round. Brady was plus 97. So the winner of that match with the 30 bonus jumped into the 120s. So anyways, it was a lot of fun watching the position round coming down the stretch today. Everything was tight, except for the top few seeds. Manhart kind of walked away with the match play. 235, 217, 238, 279, 245, 2-0. So not a game under 2-0 for Doug through the match play portion. As we saw Chad make easy work of his second 10 pin. Chad with a pair of 10 pins to start. Matt striking his first shot. There's 3 dead 10s out of 4 shots. Pretty common look today. We had a pattern that was made by the house. Actually, Craig McDonald created the pattern. They did a little modification, slowed the machine down a little to give us a little more volume, a few more mills to the pattern. Panels here hook a little bit, so
like button. Stand up. I mean, good shot.
Matt makes easy work of that 10 pin. Both players clean. We got 3 10 pins and a strike to start. Matt's got a 1 pin lead here going into the third. Anyway, so we used a little more volume on the pattern. Tried to get it to hold up a little bit longer. These panels hook, and we knew we didn't have time for a re-oil today. So all in all, it turned out pretty well. Kept the scores very fair and honest throughout. Left side did end up getting a little bit softer than we thought it would. Another dead 10, 4 out of 5. Hey, Terry. All right, Matt with the 10 pin conversion here will maintain his 1 pin lead. All right, 1 pin lead for Matt. Through 3. Chad actually getting up in his third frame here on the right lane. Hey, Jacob. Kind of a fun and interesting morning through the qualifying. Junior bowler Jordan Monens, a 2-handed lefty, led our qualifying today. Always good when we see the youth performing well. Chad with a strike there brings it all back to all square. 39 in the second for both players. Payne working on a spare, Chad working on a strike. Payne just got into the match play. He was the cut number at plus 46. And we had a lot of youth that was given a run at it today for a while. Ryan Killinan was in the cut for quite some time. Definitely out the window on that one. I know Chad had mentioned to me too right away during the qualifying. We've got wood approaches here. Obviously don't have to deal with a lot of the tackiness that the synthetics can bring, so everybody today found them to be actually on the slick side. Chad definitely lost his footing on that shot, slipped a little bit. Nonetheless, leaves a pretty easy spare. Easy cover for Chad. Will Manafee, who is Belmote? Belmote? All right, a strike here from Payne in the fourth, and we'll be back to all square again. Chad's 1-2-4 was the first multi-pin spare that we've had yet. That strike does make it all square through 3. 59 in the third, both players. Matt will be working on a strike here. Chance to jump ahead with a 10-pin lead on this shot. There it is, 10-pin lead for Matt. And of course, just to make Randy Peterson happy, there always is the possibility of a tie this match still. Chad here up in the 5th. That's a pretty good shot. Oh. I definitely checked a little sooner than what he thought. Good break. That's a good 9. Just a 3-pin. Good spare. Belmont. We had it on today. Unfortunately, I had a little busy time coming down the stretch. Wasn't able to really watch much of it, but I did hear that it was a pretty harsh 7-10. I would probably reckon it's like Jason Cragen's 8-pin that he left. That 268 that I mentioned him having earlier to get close to making it into the step ladder. Coming from only 20-some over. His 11th shot left an 8-pin. So he did have 279 on the board, which would have actually put him past Chad. There's a good shot. Anyways, position round was definitely fun to watch. A lot of drama. But the 8-pin by Cragen was a pretty tough one to swallow for sure, to lose that way or miss the step ladder that way. All right, Payne working on a double. Still has command of this match at this point. Chad did strike there in the 6th. So Chad's got 98 in the 5th. Working on a strike in the 6th when he steps up. Payne 59 in the 3rd, working on a double. That was pretty good. And I'll do both players a favor and stop saying when they throw it good. Light 4. Should be pretty easy work for Payne. Get there? Yeah. All right. So, no, we're going to need a score correction. I'll be right back in the broadcast booth, so to speak. Can we get that gutter removed? He really didn't throw that gutter. Thank you. Oh, he's got it. I honestly didn't think he was smart enough to do it, so. Well, I spoke too soon. He didn't get it. I was right. I was totally right. Okay. So back again. Matt, 108 in the 5th, spare up in the 6th. Chad, 98 in the 5th, strike up in the 6th. Four and just the 4. Almost a 4-9. Another good 9 count there. So I had mentioned Matt made it in as the number plus 46. Chad came in 7th. He did get the plus 117. For the match play portion, qualifying pins did not carry over, so it was a fresh slate for everybody. Manhart definitely took advantage, although Doug was the number 3 seed after qualifying. He started off slow. He only had a 150 game to get going, but he did have a 270, 240, and 250 in qualifying to get to 169 over. But in the match play portion, again, a low game of 204 cruised him into the number 1 seed at plus 368, just shy of 200 pins, 190 pins ahead of number 2 seed Brent Neumann. Hey, Sarah. Thanks for watching. Another dead 10 without the re-oil, the added volume to this pattern. Dead 10s were a pretty common sight today, along with a whole lot of 210s, 2.810s, those combos. There was no re-oil today, so that's why they're definitely a bunch carry down. Again, a fair amount of oil, almost 29 mils. A lot of urethane use early. So that definitely didn't help. It was so obvious. A couple of pairs that had some really sanded urethane early on it, and shads. 10 minutes of practice with 500 grit urethane, and you could just see the pairs as the qualifying crossed the house where that happened, and the wiggle that everybody had down lane, the early immediate hook, and then the wiggle down lane that everybody had on those pairs, and they were the lowest scoring pairs that we had. I was talking to Chad before we got into the step ladders, and he said 7 and 8 was one of those pairs. So our next match will be on that pair. We'll see if Chad makes it through the bowl, or if Matt's going to have to navigate his way through that. But a few of those pairs got really, really tricky with the way they were broke down to start. Topography in this house, some older panels. They were squirrely all day for sure. Unfortunately, back-to-back dead 10s there for Chad. Have Matt definitely in the driver's seat, barring any major issues. Yeah, 248. The 7 count was definitely hurtful there. Gives him only a 7-pin lead. It still is match to have. All right, good recovery, good spare. All right, 144 in the 7th to 137 in the 7th. So Payne with a 7-pin lead here. Both players working on spares in the 8th. So we are going to head into the 9th and 10th with Matt Payne with a 7-pin lead. Good shot. Very solid shot. So as it stands, it is definitely still Matt's match. He can shut Chad out. Three by Chad here. Will force Matt, though, to double in the 10th. Oh, he went in a little bit more and slowed. Oh, boy. Yeah. He was kind of talking under his breath before that shot. He was feeling pretty lost, didn't know exactly what to do. Definitely made a move in on that shot. I think he tried to get around it a little bit more, kind of slow roll it a little bit. Obviously didn't get there. That is a high road X that Chad has been throwing throughout. Well, he needs 3 here just to force Matt to fill in the 10th. That's where we're at now. Quick change of events. I apologize. That was an IQ solid he was using. He must have switched somewhere. He just picked up the high road X again. Coming down the stretch of match play, He had been using that High Road X almost exclusively. All right, well, like I said, all three of them. And he's going to force Matt to at least get a lot of count, and with lower count, at least fill. Couple of good shots. He's probably kicking himself on that late ball change. I can say coming down the stretch though, like I said, he had been using that High Road X pretty much exclusively the last 3 games. He went about -15 with it, so I could see why he probably had an idea of maybe switching away from it, trying to go to something a little more, but there it is, all three, 192. Any form of only 9 in the 10th. I don't even have to finish the math. That double will wrap her up there. Matt Payne will advance. We'll see by how much. But he will move on to meet the number 3 seed, Tyler Klinipier. Winner of that match, we'll have Brent Neumann waiting in the wings, and our number 1 seed, Doug Manhart, facing the winner of that. Another good one for Matt. 224 max here for Matt. Saved me from having to do any of the hard math. I always appreciate that. Missed in a little. I guess I was wrong. Looked like a great shot. 224 for Matt Payne, 192 Chad Nelson. We're going to have 2 shots of practice on the next pair. We'll move over to 7 and 8, and we'll bring you the next match. It's a good guy to have. He really does. He wins a lot, he loses a lot. Did I sneak in there, guys, again? Thank you. I hate to keep making you move every
Just
match.
flip with you this time.
Same song and dance, 20.
Makes for a good day, right?
20s, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry. 2 on each, yep. Right.
Oh, 23.
Only 20 some right now.
There was like 100, what was it, 200, 300 one day?
Watch it.
We had 700 at Saxon. That was the Nick Pate, AJ Chapman top 5 step ladder bid.
We gotta get them back.
Right? 700 and some. That was pretty good. At one time, all at once. All right, so like I said, for those just joining, this is going to be our second match of the day. Tyler Klinipier, our number 3 seed, will be going against Matt Payne, our number 4 seed. Matt advanced over Chad Nelson, 224 to 192 in our first match. So these guys are going to get 2 shots on each lane. And then Tyler is going to get the choice of whether he would like to start the match first or finish the match first, and then we'll be underway. So enough time to go grab a beverage out of the fridge if you want. We'll be right back in a second.
You're contemplating doing something.
Like the wave?
Or
You gotta be careful. You're on the mic. That's the mic right there. Yeah, well, yeah, it's on. Yes, you don't say like we were gonna and then say something bad.
I would maybe like. No, I was
They would just think that going out high and that's all.
You actually text us. Wait, are we live on Facebook? Great. I didn't get it.
People can't talk back, can they? Hi, Ryan. Hi, Ryan. Brent is in the next match. He bowls the winner of this match.
and then you can go back and watch it later.
Can you say hello?
I'm just answering people's questions.
Yeah, dude, you didn't text the big group. Do you have a different group? Am I off the team again? The first time was hard enough.
I'm not doing anything. I actually would.
You're cheering.
Oh,
Gene Newman, Brent will bowl the next match. He will be bowling the winner of this match. Thank you so much.
Oh, Payne, good shot.
All right, this is Tyler's first appearance in the step ladders. Hi, Mom. Hope all is well at home. Stay warm. Stay out of the snow. I just said hi back. All right, Matt's first shot here. Another dead 10. What a recurring theme. Holy cow. So again, this was Tyler's first stepladder match. This was his second match play that he made. He made the match play back at the CBA Masters at Concord in December. So pretty much fresh out of juniors. I believe this year is his first year going into adults. So definitely doing a good job, making himself known in the adult ranks as we watch Payne make easy work of that 10 pin. Well, same pin, just a different way to go at it. Rip 10 that time.
What's a VRB?
All right, easy work of that one as well. So we got a pair of 10 pins for Payne to start this second match here. Tyler did leave Greek church in the first, or Big Four in the first. So we've got an open for Tyler. He sits at 7 in the first. So 12-pin lead for Payne after 1. Oh. Yeah, a little back-to-back disaster. Both players look to be struggling a little bit with their footwork.
See you later.
See you, buddy. Drive safe.
Thanks. I got a couple balls when we bring it up.
Okay. I mentioned earlier we've got wood approaches. So kind of the opposite of a lot of the places we go where you get synthetic lanes, synthetic approaches, little humidity in the center, or anything like that. Approaches get pretty tacky. The wood here definitely has stayed very slick. The approaches are nice for those that like to slide, but for those that are a little more used to the tackiness of synthetics, these are pretty slippery. And there's that dead 10 again. Well, Tyler's going to have to find a way, either get his feet to slow down, get his ball to slow down, give it a chance to face up a little bit sooner. Oh. And now while he's at it, he's going to have to find a way to strike a bunch too. Definitely digging a hole. Split the first 2 and a single pin open in the third. 24 in the third. Payne stepping up. He's working on a spare. At this point, definitely in early control of this match. Yeah, that looked in as well.
Hey, there you go. Hey, good 8, man. Great 8. That's a good man.
Just a 4-7. That's a good 8 count. At one point, I saw something on the right standing as well. I think it might have been the 6, but broke that up. So I don't know if he tried moving in on that, if he just missed in. That was the lane where he left the dead 10 in the first. There's that footwork again. Man. If you heard that at home, Matt said that was fun. Three straight spares for Payne. 3 straight opens for Tyler. Tyler's still in the match. Payne hasn't found a way to strike yet, so there's still time. 4-pin. Making some moves off of the 10. Still not quite able to get 10 down. Wow. Yeah. All right. Well, no injuries yet. We haven't called the ambulance for anybody. You can see almost every player just having a hard time staying on their feet. Of course, both of these two in this match tend to have pretty fast footwork anyway. Wow. Either can't get it far enough right. Of course, most players they found when they did get it far enough right, they 210. Get 1, 2, 3. You got 2 of them. All right, at this point, let's stay out of trouble. See if we can get another 9 count in there. All right, 2-8. No. All right, there we go. On the board. Can go from there. All right, so let's see if that was just a miss from Matt on that last one, or if he was trying to move into there. Well, yeah, he definitely moved in there. Yep, there you go. I think he tried to make that move last time, just didn't give it enough room. That was a good shot. And we have our first strike of the match. All right, 2, 4, 5, 7. It's a little hard for me to tell from this kind of right side angle looking at that left lane as he's throwing on it, but it looks like he's trying to play the same part of the lane, and I just don't think, I think these two are super different. I just think there's a lot more friction to be had on 8. And if you try to give 8 the same amount of room, you're going to be left with something like that. And if you're trying to play 8 like 7, you're going to be leaving a lot of the big 4s in that like we've seen. Oh boy. All right, well that's a good 8. That is a good 8 off of that shot. I don't know if that went off the ankle, kind of by the look of how he's looking at his ankle. I would believe that to be the case. All right, good spare. Good spare. Well, it seems like a big hill to climb, but it's not impossible. Matt hasn't done a lot yet to try and shut him out, put him away. Let's see if he can make some good moves here. Put a little pressure on him. There we go. Each player's on the board now.
Yeah, they owned it. Yeah, they gave him that. His dad was big at the steel industry, so.
All right, strike for Matt on the right lane. He is still clean in the match. 116 in the 6th with a strike up in the 7th for Matt. As it stands, Tyler's got 190 max. So we'll see what Payne can do. Obviously, he has the ability to shut him out. And a double, our first double of the match.
It's incredible.
Once again, for those of you that might be just joining us, the winner of this match will meet our number 2 seed, Brent Neumann, in the semifinals. There's a better shot. There you go. Both players with a double on the board. Tyler's going to probably need every last one of them, and we'll see what Matt does. The winner of that semifinal match will advance to meet our number 1 seed, Doug Manhart, in the finals. Trivet? Ah, there we go. Well, the game is not over yet for sure. Like I mentioned, Tyler's max is 190. And Payne is clean, and he is working on a double, but stranger things have happened. That was in. Or I'm blind. Good shot. Both players with a 3-bagger. There we go. That'll wrap her up. Good match by Matt. Tyler made a good comeback there in the end. Obviously some struggles to start. Made some good shots down at the end. I'm sure we'll see him again sometime soon. All right, Matt's in the 230s with this. .236, good shot. Good finish for Matt. He will move on. Advance to meet our number 2 seed again, Brent Neumann, in the semifinal match here. Again, I'm sure we will see Tyler sometime soon down the road. Only been in the adult ranks for a few months here. Made a couple of our match plays and his first step ladder today, so a good showing. All right, we will move everything over one pair. Each player is going to get a couple practice shots, so go ahead and grab yourself a beverage. Hang tight with us. We'll be right back. You talked me into it. All right, again, I see some new names just kind of jumping on. We are just getting moved over to our semifinal pair. We are going to have Brent Neumann, our number 2 seed, going against Matt Paine, our number 4 seed. Matt has made it through Chad Nelson, who is our number 5 seed. And then it was Tyler Klinipier, our number 3 seed. So far through 2. On to his next. Yeah, I know now, but it's really hard to move this tripod and get around people. It's like all big and bulky, so I hope nobody got sick like I did when I watched the Blair Witch Project, but we should be stable for now at least. This is their practice, so 2 shots on each lane for each player. And then Newman being the higher seed, he'll get the choice of starting order. I will be right back. You're going to start? You got it. Good luck. All right, Brent Neumann has decided to start the match. So again, our number 2 seed, Brent Neumann, taking on our number 4 seed, Payne. The winner will advance to the finals to meet our number 1 seed, Doug Manhart. Those of us that are just joining, we did have a pattern that was designed by Cedarville mechanic Craig McDonald. They had used it a few years back. As we see Newman start with a 3-6. They'd used it a few years back for Senior Masters that was down here. And we decided that we wanted a little more volume, a little more hold. These panels hook. A little modification of the machine slowed it down a little bit. We were able to add a couple mils that way. We got to about almost 29 mils of oil. That gave us enough volume where we've held up all day pretty well. We are now just starting to see a little surprise fiction for a couple of the players, but overall she's held up well. All right, spare for Brent in the first. Henry, you asked what happened so far. Our first match was Paine versus Nelson. And Chad, not a very good look, a lot of dead 10s. And Matt advanced. Went on to meet Tyler Klinipier. Tyler struggled early, opened the first 4 frames with splits. Matt didn't really do a lot to shut him out early. And then I think had a 6-bagger at the end. It was 236 finish and advance to this match right here. Seven pin for Matt there in the second. So Newman qualified 4th today at plus 145. You're welcome, Henry. But when we got into the match play section, he won his first 4 matches, going 235, 208, 227, 200. And so obviously 120 bonus will certainly help you a bunch. You get up to plus 176 during the match play. There was no carryover, so that is all match play plus bonus. But again, that was 120 bonus into that. Quite honestly, nobody had really even come close to touching Manhart throughout the match play portion. Doug, again, did come in third after qualifying. He got to 169 over after a 158 start. Ever since then, he threw a 196 in game 8 of qualifying and hasn't shot under 200 any other game. So Manhart came into the the step ladders at plus 368 in the number 1 seed, so 190 pins ahead of Newman. So Doug definitely will be a force to be reckoned with in the finals. All right, Newman working on a strike here. He's in the third. Another dead 10. Yeah. Well, that is dead 10, number 785 for the step ladder. Definite recurring sight. If you weren't with us earlier, I kind of talked a little bit on how things went down during the qualifying. And even more than that, just the breakdown during the practice. Easy spare for Newman, stays clean and keeps his dreams of a Dutch game alive. But we had a couple of pairs where we had some college bowlers today, some youth. We definitely had a couple of pairs where really dull urethane was being used near the gutter all through practice, even the first game. Sometimes even the first couple games, so you make a cross and you use it on another pair. The amount of carry down and burn up front that happened has really created, on some of these pairs, some big wiggle spots, some areas where it's really hard to get the ball to shape the right way down lane to knock 10 down. So a lot of guys are able to get to the pocket pretty easy, but getting the corner out definitely has been some work. Well, there we go again. Both players keeping their dreams of Dutch alive. I guess assuming that Payne makes the spare. All right. All square. Each player taking their turns giving a blow and receiving a blow. Oh. Just a 4-pin for Newman. Pretty good shot, just crept a little high. Oh. That's pretty rare. Newman's a pretty good spare shooter, so odd to see him fly past that 4-pin there. Well, no player is stringing strikes, so it's not like the match is over, but he needs to get back on it here. Find a way to knock 10 down again. Oh, gets that 7 to go. There it is. Good comeback. Good recovery. Did what he needed to do there. All right. Let's see what Matt can do here. This has been his good lane so far. Neither player able to find a double yet in this match. Another dead 10. Well, our dream of 2 Dutch games tying is completely shattered. All right, Matt stays clean. So we stand 79 in the 4th for Payne with a spare in the 5th. 68 in the 4th for Newman with a strike in the 5th. So an 11-pin lead at the moment for Payne. And he makes his bad lane his good lane, just like Newman did. All right, this is a pretty big shot here for Newman. It's early in the match, but he wants to try to make up for that open, and he wants to put any kind of pressure on Payne. He's going to have to get started. He's going to need a double at some point. Might as well be now. And there it is. The first double of the match. Strike here will bring Newman to within 1. There it is. We got a 1-pin match. 99 through 5 for Payne, 98 through 5 for Newman. Matt is working on a strike here. There we go. And there's Matt's first double of the match, and he is staying clean, maintaining that 1-pin lead. Both players with a 3-bagger. Finally coming to life. All right. Newman's going to need this one now to keep it within one. He does just that. 4-bagger for Newman. Keeping the match within a pin. Oh, yeah, he got that one in just a bit. 4-pin. All right, so we've got some life to the telecast now, at least. We got some scores going, some strikes going. Newman, 157 in the 7th. Strike in the 8th, and what should be a spare here in the 9th. There he goes. For those that might have just joined, Newman did miss a 4-pin in the 4th, and that's where we stand as the difference in the match at this point. Payne stepping up here on the right lane in the 9th, and he is working on a chirpy. Another miss inside. That's a really good 9, 3-pin. Well, nobody wants to run away with it. We're back to just being a solid 1-pin match here with a spare.
Good to have you still with us.
All right. As it stands, 228 max Payne, 227 max Newman. Both players with just a 10th to go. There's one. Obviously, Matt can shut Brent out, but he's going to need all 3 to do it. Anything less than that, and it's still a match. He's got 2 of them. He missed in on it. 4-pin. The ever famous Randy Peterson. We have a chance for a tie. All right. It all rests in Newman's hands here. 3 strikes. We've got a tie match. Anything less than, Matt will advance into the finals. There's one.
It's like a solid square. It's nothing is polished.
There's 2. All right. One more strike. We have a tie. We'll go into a 9th and 10th frame roll-off. Anything less than, Matt will advance. In a little, yeah, he did. There it is. What a great match. Great finish to it. Matt Payne does advance 227 to 223 over Brent Neumann. One of the better finals we've had in a bunch, or semifinals, I mean, we've had in a bunch. That does give Matt Payne the victory to move on to the finals against our number 1 seed, Doug Manhart. We're going to move over a pair. Both players are going to get 2 shots. So stick with us. We'll be back in a second. Nava, I'm really sorry if you get dizzy watching this. It's not my fault. That was a way better transition than the last time. 2 on each, guys. And Doug has the bowl right-handed. Yep. Mm-hmm. But then you got a bowl left-handed. So, whoops. What's the chance?
Chris, this would be a fun match to watch.
Newman, great tournament. Thanks. You bet.
Good time to miss the spirit of the day.
I think he's gonna hold his own. He looked pretty good. It's a few 220s.
Yeah. He's been too old as well. Both these guys in the back.
Why would I give you 20% of what I can do?
He's got full
Because then
power.
you wouldn't be cheating. It would have been on me.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
Once they leave the building, once they leave the building.
I can't say that. Somebody else could. I can't say that. You guys, all right. They are warmed up, ready to go. Sorry, there we go, that's better. This is our final match. Doug, being the number 1 seed, he has decided to start the match. And we are underway. Good shot by Doug again. The number 1 seed, almost 200 pins ahead of Newman at the end of match play. So Doug has had a very good look through the match play. Oh, Matt. All right, that's a really good 9. I don't know how many of you were with us earlier, way early in the stepladder, but talked a little bit about how the approach is here. Oh, Matt. All right, Payne with a dead 10 or a through the face, fortunate 10, and then missing the spare there. Anyways, approaches wood and way more slick than a lot of guys and gals were used to today. Had a lot more slide, and so footwork, as we saw through almost every match coming down the stretch here in the stepladders, became an issue for some. We saw the match between Matt and Tyler where both players had trouble with their footing. Fast foot guys definitely had a harder time. Light 7 there for Matt in the second. All right. Thanks, good work with that 7. Manhart did make it up all the way to 3rd in qualifying after a pretty rough start, 158 out of the gate. He did have 270, 240, 250 through qualifying. I mentioned it before, he had a 190 game 8 of qualifying, so he bookended qualifying with sub 200s. It's the only game he's had under 200, or the only games he's had under 200 on the day.
in case if I don't get a chance to. Always good to see you again.
Yeah, you as well, man. Thanks much for your help today.
Of course, not a
You bet.
problem. It's my pleasure. Also, everything ran as smooth as we've all planned.
4-7 for Doug. Those of you at home, if you're thinking of bowling, not necessarily next month, because next month is our team challenge on March 10th. We will make an announcement as to the site. I'm still waiting for some confirmation. But anyways, those of you at home are probably rooting for Doug. He is not in the Bet You Win. Matt is the only one left in the Bet You Win. 900 even in the Bet You Win right now. So Matt wins, half goes. He doesn't, and 900 will carry over to the year-end tournament. So the 1-for-2 payout ratio, added money, about $2,500 right now in the year-end fund, added money. So Doug wins, that 900 will carry over to the year-end tournament Bet You Win. All right. Good shot. Those of you that just came back from commercial break, that was still the third frame for Doug. Great shot. There we go, and Matt's on the board with a strike.
Forever.
Oh, he moved in a little on that one. Ah, rip 10. Yeah. Oh, he moved in on that one. Still a good shot. Just a 10 pin left. All right. Yeah, Douglas is using urethane, so he definitely has a lot more control down lane. If anybody has seen Doug bowl before, you've probably seen him with the open the door release, and creates a lot of down lane motion. So for him, urethane ends up being a really good option. But those of you that have seen him bowl, you usually see a lot more back end. He does have a hammer black urethane in his hand right now, so very smooth and controllable down lane. All right, working on a double. All right. Little footing issue with Doug there too as well. Definitely some approach issues throughout the whole day for people. Just a rip 7 there for him. Well, it did. All right, so 89 in the 4th for Doug. Thank you very much, Newman. Good tournament, buddy. You bet. 89 in the 4th for Doug. Strike here will give Matt 69 in the 4th. So with a strike, Doug will have a 20-pin lead. And it's just that. 20-pin lead. Matt can cut that 10 to 10 with a double here. Oh, good shot by Matt there. Ripped him. Now, we've certainly seen every type of 10-pin there is today. A lot of corners out of this pattern. All right, Doug working on the spare here. All right. 20-pin lead for Manhart through 5. Double here in the 7th form would extend that. There's that footwork again. Yeah. Oh, good recovery. There's a double for Manhart. Extends his lead to 30. Yeah, I can see every player having a little issue with that footing there as they get to the line. Just more slick than we're used to. All right. 109 in the 6th for Matt. Strike in the 7th. He is still a couple frames behind. That just brought that lead back down to 20. Greg, your sister says hi.
I said hello. Nice.
Good shot. Get him? Oh, man. Another 7 for Payne. A lot of corners this match. Yeah, we're famous. All right, good spare for Matt. All right, Doug working on a double. Well, solid 8-pin.
Everyone else left.
That's my fault.
Yeah, Jason.
The whole team's here.
Oh, they're it's definitely a marathon.
All right,
Hey, nice spare, Doug.
good spare for Dougie there. Those of you been watching this whole match, this is actually still the same match. I know it started an hour ago, but it is actually still the same match. Doug, pretty well known, being deliberate on the approach. We'll say it that way. Good for him, though.
I mean, Henry met me.
He's working 158 in the 7th, a spare in the 8th.
Literally, a conversation.
All right. All right. 2478. Now, if you like that one, you must have missed the one where I said, if you just tuned in from the commercial break, we're still in the 3rd frame. Anyways, yeah, Doug's a little deliberate, but that's all right. 2478 here for him left. Still very much in control of this match. So those of you watching at home, probably feeling pretty good about a bet you win carryover. Oh, and there's new life. $209 max for Payne, $213 max for Manhart. We are back to a match. That's funny, I didn't realize the stream had stopped. I was just seeing it because he took a half hour to throw that shot. All right, puts pressure back on. 149 in the 8th.
Come on, Maddie, one time here.
Still got 209 in the bag, or available. 213 max for Manhart. We have a match.
Brent.
Well, that changes things. That needs a spare. Strike will give Matt 189. He's going to force Doug to get 7 in 2 shots to win. All right, 187 max there. He's going to need 5 and 2 shots to win.
Knock it off, Dougie.
Not positive. I think this will be Doug's 4th CBA title, if I remember right. Yeah, just keep it in the middle. Yeah. All good. Doug Manhart will win the February CBA at Stillwater Bowl.
Ball and wave. Make sure to wave to the fans, Doug. Doug, right here. Doug. Dougie, wave them. Wave to them. All right, Payne got it for you. All right, Doug, we're all tired. Stop showing off. Let's go.
Did you just throw the ball? Sweet, he's got to stand on the approach for another minute and a half. He's got 2 shots left.
Here he goes. Time him.
Alright, well, take a nap, guys.
Actually went really quick that time.
That was fast.
In the bag.
He went quick. The fastest I've ever seen him bowl.
You seem like he doesn't.
Yeah, right?
That was so
Almost didn't keep it on the lane.
Good ball, Douglas. Atta boy.
Steve already congratulated.
2 titles, 2 weekends. Wait, it's all about the Benjamins.
Wheel.
And there you have it. Final score, 203 to 187. Doug Manhart, your 2019 February CBA champion. Matt Payne, runner-up. I will let everybody know where we're going to be here in March for the team challenge. I believe Southtown will end up being the place. But I'm waiting for confirmation back on that one. I'll let everybody know via Facebook, email, etc. where we're going to be for that team challenge. And for those of you at home watching, the Bet You Win did carry over. $900 will carry over to our year-end event. The year-end event also has, again, roughly $2,400 added in already in added money, and is a 1-for-2 cash-in ratio. You must have 4 CBAs in to be able to bowl in that event. So if you have not gotten all 4 in, if you only have 3 in, make sure you get a team put together and get in that team challenge. That does count as a CBA. All right, we'll see everybody in 2 months at the year end. There won't be a broadcast, more than likely in the team challenge. We'll see how that plays out. But anyways, we'll see everyone for sure at the year end. Thanks for joining us.